Hi, my name is John, and I'm also a big fan of Mike's work. I was introduced to it when I was working at a comic shop, and one of the regular customers, one of my friends, he passed me a Fathom just to look at, and to this day I'm glad that he did. After I learned of his passing, I separated all of my Mark Turner stuff, and I plan on making a special wallpaper for my computer when I get home. And one thing I definitely remember about Mike was here last year when he had supposedly recovered, and I asked to have my picture taken with him. When he got up, he didn't look like he was in the best condition. I told him it was okay, and he didn't care. He told me, no, this, And he got up, and he always seemed to be willing to go that extra mile for his readers. And of course, I would like to offer my condolences to his family and those closest to him. I'm envious of that. I didn't get to know Mike Turner that was jumping off cliffs and, catching sushi. It's been said so many times during this presentation, he had a flair or a passion that, seemed to glow, even if you didn't know him well, and I would have to definitely agree. He offered me advice when I was writing my own comic book, and I also remember an article that was done on him in Wizard when he was exercising in the pool. He was smiling, and I have to admire Mike a lot for that. But the last thing I would like to say is that it's good to know that he's no longer in pain. That's comforting for me.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryan. I'm a fan from Chicago. My father gave me comic books to get me to start reading when I was 2 or 3 years old. But for a while there, I didn't read comic books anymore. But back in high school, I got into them. And a friend of mine had a bunch of old Wizards for me to go through just to get myself caught up with what's going on, who's who. And I remember seeing the concept image for that first cover of Fathom. And I asked who was the guy. The guy was Mike Turner. And as I got back into comic books, I got back into Spider-Man and Iron Man and stuff, I always wanted to know what he was doing. Because there was something about that piece of art that he did was just really striking. And I just wanted to follow what he was doing. So through the years, I got word of the Supergirl series with DC, and that was the first storyline of a Superman-Batman comic that I had ever bought every single issue of. And when I remember being introduced to ChicagoCon, knowing he was going to be there, I was like, I would want every single thing there signed from him. And that was the very first time that happened to me. And I also picked up the trade. And I went through and I waited in line at the Aspen booth, and I got him and Peter to sign every single one, but Peter got pulled back with some of the other execs from Aspen, and I gave Michael Turner the trade, and he'd never seen the trade before. He said, let me take a look at that. And he's flipping through the pages, he's flipping through everything, and he goes to the back, and he's like, I didn't know I had all my production stuff in there. Let me take a closer look at this. And he takes about 5-10 minutes to look at all the design work and everything, and he comes to this one page, and he turns and he pokes Peter, Peter, come look at this. They've got all your color studies in here from Supergirl. And Peter goes, what, seriously? And they both take 5 minutes just looking through and seeing everything, and Mike comes up to me and he's like, this is the first trade I've signed of this one. and that's pretty cool. Thanks a lot. And I kind of now realize I went where Mike went. Whenever he did something, even if it was just a one-shot or a cover, I went there and I found out about him. And I like to say that Mike Turner was a really great guy. He inspired me a lot. And I was there at Chicago when I found out at the bar. And I kind of knew something bad was going to happen that night, or I was going to hear something, because that was the one night where there wasn't a line around Aspen and back on the walls. So I just wanted to send my condolences to his friends and his family and his co-workers, and my appreciation. Mike Turner was a great guy. Thank you.
All right, I want to send a quick note of apology, but they're trying to reschedule the next panel, and they're not going to be able to. So we have only about 5 minutes left. I know you have something that you've been waiting to read. Is it short? Okay, if you could short it real quickly. And I know Joe and Greg Pack wanted to say something. For those of the rest of you who have not gotten a chance to speak, we sincerely apologize, because there's also a couple of things that we have to read up here. We will be at the booth. Please come up, talk to us. We're going to be there. We'll be available, frankly, or any other people here. We still would like to hear your stories, and we want to hear what you guys have to say. And we apologize that there just wasn't enough time today to do it right here in this forum. But thank you all for coming. I'll say that, and I'll step back and let everybody else finish everything up. So.
Hi everyone, my name is Heather, and I was asked here to come today and read something from a good friend of ours. Our friend Peter got a letter from Mike, and it reads, "Hey Peter, I heard you were getting ready for chemo and bone marrow transplant, and I wanted to send some words of encouragement. I underwent 2 surgeries, 9 months of chemo, radiation, 2 years of minor medications. I went 12 rounds with cancer and beat it. It's going to be hard, but there is one thing to keep in mind. It's all about positive attitude. Know, not think. Know that you are going to kick its ass and it will happen. Be an inspiration to others, and please keep in touch and let me know how you are doing. Enjoy the books. Stay strong, Michael Turner." And I believe this message is not only for our dear friend Peter, but for all of us. And anytime you take a look at his drawings, remember that any drawing is an extension of one's personality and their love. So feel that. Thank you.